All right, thanks for tuning in for my predictions for the 2023 NFL divisional rounds of the playoffs. Now, I think I've said this the past few years, but gotta say it again. This is usually the best round of the playoffs, I believe. Better than the wild card because you have more of the cream of the crop. Some of the kind of pretender teams have been filtered out. And sometimes the NFC, AFC conference title games are a little more disappointing. Plus, for the divisional rounds, you got the two days back to back. A lot of football going on, so a lot of excitement going into tomorrow's games. So as you take a look at the board here of the schedule, you have, trying to point out, the head coaches and the quarterbacks of each team. We have a few that are in their first playoffs, and it's D'Amico Ryans of the Texans, Todd Bowles of the Buccaneers, and Dan Campbell of the Lions. This game is going to be matchup of the kind of the one's green between the ears as far as playoff experience. The rest have quite a bit more playoff experience. Only two of the coaches have Super Bowl titles. That's John Harbaugh and Andy Reid. And if you look at the quarterbacks, 7 of the 8 starting quarterbacks were first round draft picks. The only one that was not was, of course, Brock Purdy, drafted in the 7th round of 2022. Only 2 of them have Super Bowl rings, have gone to the Super Bowl, that being Patrick Mahomes, who has 2 Super Bowl titles, and Jared Goff, who went to one and lost with the Rams. The rest have not been to a Super Bowl. So I think we're going to get some new blood this year, at least a little bit new blood in the Super Bowl for starting quarterbacks. One kind of stat to point out, something that it's a familiarity or something that's the same about all 8 teams this year. All of these teams left in the playoffs have a tight end who is in their team's top 2 receiving yards, receptions category for this year. So a lot of very strong tight ends in this playoffs, and could make big differences in these rounds. The first game we have on tap is the Houston Texans going up against the Baltimore Ravens, the number 1 seed. This is going to be Saturday, 4:30. Check it out on ABC. We'll be watching this game. Texans again getting stuck with the early Saturday game. I believe that we're going to have, in this game, there's going to be a lot of hype on ABC, a lot of talk about the Houston Texans and their rookie quarterback, C.J. Stroud. There's going to be a lot of attention on this team going into the game. And then when the game starts, we will have Mr. Stroud will have the toughest test yet of his young career, because he's facing a Baltimore defense that was number 1 in the NFL in points allowed, in sacks, and takeaways. Not a very good combination. Plus they're at home. That defense is going to be lights out. I know Lamar Jackson's playoff history isn't great, but he doesn't have to do it all in this game. They're going to get it done pretty easily in this game. So you're going to have a final score of, we're going to say, Ravens 31 and the Texans 20. All right, so Ravens will advance over the 4 seed Texans to the AFC Championship game. They will host that game. The second game is also Saturday. That's the night game. Hopefully you guys won't have had too many adult beverages at that point. We have the Green Bay Packers, the 7th seed and the first 7 seed in the NFL history to advance to the divisional round. And they will be coming into San Francisco to face the Jackass Jays 49ers. Battle of two former Redskin assistants, coaches, LaFleur and Shanahan. In this game, boys, I'm telling you, matchups are big, and the big matchup here is just simply the Packers defense and the 49ers offense. Those young corners in the Packers secondary will have a tough day today. The rest of the defense is not gonna work out well for them. Watch the trenches in this game too, folks. 49ers are going to dominate with their defensive line and their offensive line. Packers don't match up well on both sides of the ball there. And so we're going to have 49ers are going to win this game. I'm going to give them 27 to 17. So win this game here. The 49ers, the 1 seed, will advance to the NFC Championship game and host it. So I got the 2 1 seeds advancing. Let me say this. This is the easiest divisional round that I can remember as far as making picks. I hardly even have to think about these. These are 4 stone cold lead pipe locks. If you're in Pips Pick'ems, you need to make up some ground. Doesn't even matter where you put your points. All these picks are going to be correct. All right. Next one is we go to Sunday. All right. So we'll be down to 6 teams when we get to Sunday. Sunday at 3 o'clock on NBC, we'll have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Ford Field to take on the Detroit Lions. And boy, is that going to be a raucous crowd at Ford Field, and that will be a huge factor. I think the Lions got the monkey off their back last week with that win over the Rams, and they're going to continue to roll in this one. Buccaneers, not seeing it. They are the 3rd worst team in the league in red zone offense, and that's gonna kind of be to their detriment. I see them maybe getting some field goals early and then not being able to catch up with the Lions offense. JG53 AOL was talking today about how the Buccaneers have a great defense and how they're going to win this game. Evans is going to have 2 touchdowns. So remember that. He did say that, on Thursday. He made that comment. He's picking the Buccaneers to win big. Nah, this is going to be a Lions win. And I think they're going to take this one probably by a score of about give them 30 here to 16. So not going to be much of a game, but good year for the Buccaneers. Lions advance the 3 seed, so they will be facing the 49ers. All right, this is going to be the next game is going to be the final one, Sunday, 6:30 on CBS. This will be Nance and Romo. Game of the week. Everybody's saying it. And here it is. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champions, going to Buffalo to face the Bills. Shockinator said the confidence in Buffalo is like 90% right now. Or did he say, I think he's at 95%. Yeah, but me personally, about 50-50. That's a little more reasonable, Shock. All right, Bills. Bills have this thing about letting teams hang around. Look at the game last week, Pittsburgh. That was not very impressive, the way they just let them kind of come back and couldn't quite, put their foot on their throats. The Chiefs, on the other hand, they basically shut out a very great Miami offense last week. Their defense has been playing very well over the course of the last month or so. The Bills have some defenders out of this game who would normally be matching up against Travis Kelce. I talked about the tight ends in this game, boys. And I think in this game, Travis Kelce is going to be huge, especially early, going to get that crowd out of it. In the Rio NFL predictions video back in September, I predicted that the Kansas City Chiefs would beat the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship game. Looks like that prediction is not going to come true. Instead, the Kansas City Chiefs will beat the Buffalo Bills in the divisional round. Bills lost the divisional round last year at home to Cincinnati. They lose again. Josh Allen's going to choke. You can see in that interview with Tracy Wolfson after the win on Saturday night, he looked scared out of his mind when she mentioned going up against the Chiefs, or was it Sunday night? Mentioned going up against the Chiefs. He looked terrified, and that's what he's going to look like even at home. He's going to make a couple of mistakes, but Chiefs defense is going to really get to him. So I got the Chiefs winning, a fairly close one, but they're going to get it done, 24-21. Chiefs advance to the AFC Championship game again. All right, so we got NFC title game. And AFC title game. Learn to spell. Some tutor. All right, so NFC title game is going to be a rematch of the 1957, what was it, Darth? 57-54 NFL Championship, Lions versus 49ers. And then AFC title game is going to be in Baltimore, Chiefs at Ravens. There we go. Stone cold. Well, I don't know the dates of these games. I don't think they've been scheduled yet. Stone cold lead pipe locks right here. All four of these teams. I guarantee all four of these teams will win these games. I'm picking all the top seeds to win. I'm picking. No, I'm not. I'm picking all the top seeds except for the Chiefs, because the Bills are the 2 seed. All right, so there we go. There's my predictions. Ravens, 49ers, Lions, and Chiefs. A couple of familiar names. Ravens haven't been there in a while. Lions haven't been there. When was the last time the Ravens went? Maybe like 10 years ago? Maybe their Super Bowl season of 2012 season. Lions haven't been since 1991. And these guys have been there in the last decade multiple times. So we'll talk about that in the AFC title game. Predictions. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the games tomorrow. Have a little trivia, and could be a nice pizza night. What do you think? Pizza for everybody? Maybe some beer? All right, guys. Enjoy the NFL playoffs continuing. We only get this one time a year. So, all right, guys. Peace out.